Okay, so you can see that I am already sweaty, but this is one of the advantages of being a teacher, is I can actually come out on Friday. So I'm actually going to be putting this up today, so that way it'll help you guys out for the weekend. But I'm going to go ahead and actually do a walkthrough of the field, so that way you can get an idea of how it looks instead of from a bird's eye view, more eye level, player level. And this is also going to help me with figuring out what drills I want to do for today for a couple hours before we have practice tomorrow. So I'm going to flip the camera around. Also, tell me how this mic sounds. I'm testing out a different way of doing the mic, so if it works, put it in the comments. But let's go ahead and walk this field. Alright, so what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and I'll start from the back center here and then go snake side, go up the center, and then I'll work on the Dorito side. I'll go to every single bunker to see what it is, because maybe there's some stuff that I saw that would actually work. And what I'm seeing already is that shot right there on the can is going to be pretty deadly. You can see the top of the can over there past the pin. You could probably use that pin as a guide to drop it right in there. So I think that's going to be a good shot. Of course, again, remember with all of these, that guy has the same shot back, so he can run and gun back. So if you don't go straight up into this, if you kind of sit back here, if he drops paint back over, or even if one of his teammates takes a step out and shoots back this way, you might get shot from that. But seeing that gap right there is pretty dangerous, and I thought you were going to have to step out a little bit to see the snake. So I like how you can pull up, shoot, and then shoot for the snake right away as you're coming up. And even as I'm walking up to the home, I can still keep shooting that snake. So that is really good to know. So that's a good thing. Also, it just means that if you're running out to the snake, you have to be careful of that guy. So let's go out to this can. And that crossfield shot is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So even being able to shoot maybe at the home and then pull that shot for the Dorito over there could actually be relatively beneficial. So that might be a possibility. But the thing that I would worry about is the home guy shooting back and maybe the tower going out that way. It's hard to see the tower because the can is right there, but there's that other tower, there's two, and that guy can shoot the cross on you over here as well. So I think there's going to be a lot of those quick shots is what it looks like. So let's look at this other side here. This is not as useful as it was looking on paper, just because I can't stop anything there other than the guy going from the snake 2 over to that wing. That's it. Even if he goes up into the 1 and then goes straight up into the 2, I can't even see that, and it would be better for him probably to go over to the little W and then come up to the wing, at least if there's someone in this can. I'm sure that when we get up the center of the field, that'll be a little bit different, but yeah, you're gonna have to probably just fight out of this. I don't know if this is really going to be that effective a bunker to get to, unless maybe they're stopped. Maybe if they're stopped in the God bunker there, you can kind of shoot that way. But I have a feeling like if you get to the mirror, that's going to be better. But we'll see. Come out to the corner. So let's look at what can shoot us on the way out to the corner. Looks like the home can shoot up over the top of everything here. So you might need to kind of like hug the bunker, get really close to it, and then dive a little bit lower if you're going to be coming out to here, just to stay a little bit more safe, because they will be able to drop it right over the top of that brick there. And it looks like the can would be able to do that as well. So, and he can actually shoot a gap here. So that way, even if you're diving low, you just have to be mindful of that. So if that guy is out there, you might just want to peek your head over there to see if you need to jump over the lane or try to go underneath it. Okay. And let's see over the top. So yeah, you can see both of those towers. You can drop it into the Doritos, which is good, but that again means that they can do the same shot back. You always want to remember that. And unless they're stuck in that snake, I don't think it's going to be good to be here, because even if they're in the snake, it doesn't take much for maybe their corner guy to put you in, and then he could just hop over and you would never know. He would be able to come all the way around over here and wrap and shoot you. And because you can come here and see down that tape, but it doesn't take much for that guy to put you in, because even if you tried to roll off, you're not going to be able to do that because it's too small of a gap. So this might not be the best bunker to come to protect your snake player, unless they're trapped. If they're trapped over here, then yeah, you could come here and wrap and shoot, and then that way you'd be able to kind of control these guys this way. And then if they try to dive into the snake, you can shoot for the overslide. So that's a possibility. Let's see the inside of the field. And I think you still can, yeah, you can still do that coast-to-coast shot, but you do have to take a step out. I didn't realize you're going to have to do that. So you're going to have to stand up a little bit and shoot up over the top of that pin to shoot the back left there. Yeah. So that changes a little bit, but just want to be mindful of that if you look inside. Let's come up to the God over here. Actually, what shoots us on the way in? This is something that you want to look at. So it's great to get to a bunker and see, okay, I can shoot 9 guys here, but if you get shot by 3 different guys and you're not looking for that, then you're useless. So let's see, on the way in, if that tower is posted this way, then that way you could stop this guy from moving. And it looks like the can shoot up over, and I don't think the home, unless he knows for sure that you're shooting, and he'd have to stand up tall, shoot up over the top of the brick. I think you'd be safe from him if you stayed low and then just dove straight into this. And this is not as beneficial as I thought it was going to be. So you can still see a little bit of the gap, at least for the snake 1 to the little W, but it doesn't seem like you can really stop a whole lot. So it almost seems like when you get into the snake, and we'll see in a second, but it seems like when you get into the snake, you might just want to try to go straight up and then dive across, because there's not a whole lot of guys that can shoot you. Especially if you can beat them before they get to the brick, because it looked like the brick can shoot down on you. But, yeah. Let's check out this cake, since now we can actually see what it sees. Yeah, I wouldn't come here. This is not a good bunker. So you have to be careful, because that guy can dive over and you would have no clue unless you're shooting that little tiny gap right there, and he would just murder you, because he could just come straight up, wrap and shoot, and then he has like your whole body. You might want to use this as like a delay to get up to the brick, and we'll get up to the brick in a center. Let's at least see the inside, see if there's anything redeeming about this, but it doesn't really seem like this is going to be that effective of a bunker to stay at. So I'm just going to walk away from it. And coming into the snake, so we already know that the home can shoot this gap here, and the can, I think there's that little bit of a gap there, so they might be able to. So you might want to hug this, or even overslide a little bit and use this brick to block you out, because they have to beat you out to the corner and pull their gun up and shoot down the tape before you dove in and crawled up. So I think you'd be able to beat them there before they did that. Let's see the snake 1. This is snake 1. The home can shoot you, and you can pull up and thread the needle a little bit, but I think if you come out like this, you're exposing yourself a lot to the home. But you can shoot that Dorito in there, and then also the other Dorito. So I don't know if this is going to be the best place to stay. Let's see if you wrap. Yeah, you really only have to worry about the home. So once you put this guy in, you might as well just move. There's no reason, doesn't seem like there's a reason to stay here. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like that's going to be that important. Let's come out to this little W. So the brick can shoot you on the way over. So if you dive across from here to here, the brick can see you there. And so can the tower a little bit. But I think I'd be more worried about the brick, because he can just kind of sit there and wait, whereas if the tower waits and then when he starts shooting when you move, you'll be able to get here before he does that, whereas this guy, since he's closer, would be able to shoot you in that move there. So let's see on the inside. Okay, so you can stop maybe some movement on the Dorito side, and that's a bigger gap, so this might be something that if they're playing really aggressive and you can almost bait them to go that way, but it's a really far shot. Let's see if there's anything on the tape. Okay, so you can at least see down the tape a little bit, but you're blocked out a lot, so I'm not sure if this is really going to be that effective either. Okay, so you can stand up here and shoot over the top of the brick into that Dorito, but I don't really see a whole lot of good in staying here. Let's check out this snake 2. So yeah, you have a little bit better shot on that Dorito there, but they can hide pretty easy from you. So that's going to be, if you know that they're there, just crawl straight up here and pull up right away and shoot, and you'd be able to kill that guy pretty easy. Let's see if we wrap. Yeah, I think that there might be a bounce shot off this into the snake too. I think that is going to be something, especially when it starts getting hot and starts overinflating a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, I guess you could maybe try to sneak a shot in on the brick if you didn't know that you were here, but exposing yourself a little bit. Okay, so let's see, coming over the brick. I mean, like most fields, anything in the center you have to worry about. So come over here in this brick so you can see how big those gaps are. So that's a pretty big gap to see that guy go in. But I think the better thing is going to be to come out here and play the wrap. Once you can shoot out your corner, come over here and wrap, and yeah, you can shoot Dorito, tower, and I probably wouldn't even stop here. I would want to keep coming over to their side. So you have, if there is another brick, you can come here and shoot that guy in the back, because he has to focus one way. So maybe if you know that that guy's focusing on the Dorito side, coming to their wing would be really good, because you can shoot him, which opens up your Dorito side, and then they can start moving. And then playing this wrap here, it's going to be pretty good as well. Kind of like what it looked like on paper. So, and it's such a big bunker that you can hide and jump around in, come around over here, do some other shots, and then even dive into their snake if you wanted to. All right, let's check out this brick. Yeah, this is definitely going to be, if they do have a snake, this is the guy that needs to just post up this way. And it looks like you're safe. Actually, you're safe. If you're just playing this side, it looks like you'll be safe, because that Dorito, you have to be, let's see, about here for him to be able to see you. But you can see I'm at the edge of the snake side, and he can't see you because you're going to be kind of down, so that guy can't see you at all. Unless there's a bounce off this can. If there is a bounce off that can, that's going to be really bad. But I need to remember that. Let's see. Yeah, this guy is going to be able to do a lot of stopping essentially here, because if they get into the snake one, you can shoot down, and then by the time he goes to set up, even if he does try to crawl around, and let's say he stays low enough so you can't see his pack, if he tries to dive across, you have him a lot. And then if they come up to the snake two, by the time they set up, you'll be able to see that and just be waiting for them. And if they try to come down the tape, hopefully your snake guy would be able to shoot and stop that guy. And then of course if they were there and you were just waiting for them to make that move, you shoot them on the way in. So, but I think there might be something off this pin. So this center is a little bit more dangerous than it looked like. I knew that there's probably going to be that one bounce shot off those pins, and we'll have to test that out. But I think off that can there might be one. So, all right, so let's look at, we'll go up the center. So going this way, it looks like your Dorito side is going to be able to make it every single time. There's no reason why. I mean, they could maybe even go running and gunning into there, because I don't know if it's really worth it to try to shoot that way, other than if they go to the corner, you can shoot up over the top of the brick, but it's going to be so hard to shoot that guy. It might be better to do it from that can, to shoot the cross into the other tower at least, but then this guy has to worry about that too. So this is going to be interesting. So let's kind of go up the center. Here, I'll do this. I'll go out to this tower first. So let's walk out. Yeah, so the home, that quick shot that I was talking about right here is what I was saying. So the home needs to pull up right away and shoot just in front of that tower a little bit deeper. So like this is like the HK logo. I would think probably about a little bit above halfway if you shot it, and use that as a guide, it would go in where it needed to be. But as long as you can make that jump, even if you just ran across and then pulled up right away, at least you could shoot that cross on the way up. But it might be better to, yeah, it'd definitely be better to pull up this way, I would say. Just because if no one at the home can see anyone this way, you want to get dominant, because you don't want it to be that you shoot and then pull over this way and then they're already in the Dorito 3. So it might be better to have this guy pull up, dive in, pull up, and shoot down the tape. At least know what's happening over here. So it doesn't look like, oh, I think there might be a bounce off that Dorito into this. Yeah, I think if you shoot from here into that, like the corner section, I think that might bounce into the other tower. So don't tell anyone that I might have found that. Actually, no, go share this video. All right, let's look up here. This one's a little bit better for stopping the Dorito side. It might be better just to have, so this Dorito might be good for someone to delay, pull up, and then dive across. Or it's probably going to be better just to be aggressive and have someone just dive in and then just work their way up. But it looks like this tower here is going to be able to stop a little bit more, but it's probably going to be better to get to that brick, but we'll see that in a second. Let's see on the snake side. You're pretty safe from the snake. It's just that if they get to the wing and wrap, then you're dead. So, not saying you should play loose, but you do have a little bit more freedom. And then coming up here, so this can might actually be good as a way of kind of baiting people to go into that Dorito, because you could shoot them there. But I don't know how effective this is going to be to stay here, just because they just need to go there or there, and if they get out wide, then they pinch you, and then you're a goner. So I don't know if that's going to be super effective. I'm sure that we'll try something with this can and then, you know, fill out to one of the bricks. But there's just a huge run with nothing to stop any lanes or anything like that to get up to that can. So I don't know about that one. All right, let's look at this brick. So this wouldn't be bad to look snake side, but that guy stays low. Even if he comes up just a little bit, that brick's going to be able to see it a lot better than this one. So I don't know if this is going to be good to look snake way for this guy. I mean, yeah, you can see that gap, but that brick can do the same thing. And it's, yeah, you're not going to get shot in the back. Speaking of getting shot in the back, I think that this can might be able to bounce in both ways. I just don't know from where. Maybe the snake one? Snake one come up and shoot here, and it might bounce into that. And I'm sure the Dorito side can shoot up into this can as well and shoot into that brick also. We'll have to try that out. Sorry for my rambling. I'm just kind of talking through. Yeah, this is going to be the spot that you want to be if you want to stop the Dorito side. It's going to be this guy, which means that you're going to need to have someone here, which also means that there's probably going to be a guy on the other side. So you might need to go around and just shoot him, which is going to open up your Dorito side to do more anyway, because there's not going to be someone that's blocking or stopping him. But I think there might be a bounce off this pin as well. So I think it might be difficult to play this center. It looks like there's a lot of stuff that can bounce into these bricks, even with how big they are. But I'm wondering if I kind of tuck in, because then I'm blocked out from all that. So, I'm not sure if there's a way to protect yourself from that bounce without giving them ground. I mean, you could stop them here, but you're allowing them to get further up the field. This is interesting. All right, let me back up a little bit and see. So that tower can shoot you on the way up if you're going to run straight up to the brick. But they'd have to know that you were going there. And if you were here, let's see this. So if I went running and gunning and came here and then just went right in between here, I think that might be the route up to this brick. Go right in between. You have to be mindful of the Dorito, but at least this way you can still be shooting, shoot back at the home. Because that looks like the guy that's going to stop you. And if the can is looking this way, but even if he is, you just dive head first and you can get underneath there. And then they have to worry about you, so that might be a good route. And I forgot, there was one that I was talking about in the breakdown of everything. Or my first impressions video, I mean. Thinking about running and gunning out here. Coming out, I'm just trying to see here. And this might be possible. You just have to be careful of that can if he posts this way. But if you come this way, you should be okay from him. And at least you can shoot up the center and shoot at that tower. Let's see, and then when you round this way, yeah, that God is going to be an issue. So if he's just focused on the tape, then you're good. But if he comes up even for a second and sees you, you can see how much of a gap there is from there all the way up. That guy can see you the whole way. So you'd have to dive over this way and then crawl up. And then you have to worry about the Dorito side. So it's something I'm sure we'll try. Just try to go run and gun there off the break, but we'll see. All right, so let's look at the Dorito corner now. So if we run out, So again, this is something that you guys want to incorporate as well, is whenever you're walking a field, you want it to be that you are seeing who shoots you on the way out. So it looks like that tower can shoot you going into this corner, and the home can definitely do that. The home is blocked out by the brick, but them dropping it in, and with how small this bunker is, this is going to be one of those runs that you're going to want to mix up so that they don't know if you're going to be going to the corner or the Dorito, because you want it to be that they're not even going to worry about shooting this way, so that way you can get in alive. And again, you're pretty safe from the snake. It honestly, it still looks like a lot of your shots are going to be when you get up to those wings, and then you're able to do damage from there, and I'm sure it's going to be the same thing over here. So let's see. Down the tape. It's a little bit bigger than I thought it was, the gap. So I guess you could kind of sit here and chill, but I still think it'd be better to get up into the other Doritos to be able to shut that guy down a little bit more instead of sitting here, because it's such a small bunker that it's just, yeah, it's going to be harder to stay alive in here. And what's the point of staying in the back when you can get up in their face? It makes it a lot easier when you shoot them closer. When they're like 10 feet away instead of like 100, it's so much easier to shoot. It's a weird thing about paintball. Okay, so the home can thread a needle through here, but that means that you can do the same thing back. And because this is inset a little bit, whereas it's not on the tape of this one, on the same line, I mean, you can kind of put in that guy and wrap real quick and shoot back at that home and drop it in there. But I'm not sure if that home is really going to be looking this way. It's probably not going to be effective for him to stay this way. If anything, I would still worry about this brick. Regardless, you always want to check off the center, especially as you guys move up the divisions. A great example of this is playing New York Extreme when we were at practice. All the pro guys are going to be super dedicated on, if I need to go to that bunker and shoot this way and wait, they're not going to let you move. So practicing against them, it was like one guy was holding me in and I couldn't. He was just pushed up into this little, actually it was a little W and just keeping me in. But at least the good thing is that you don't have to come out really wide to go from this Dorito 1 to the Dorito 2. You can kind of just hop right in and dive right in. So if that guy is there, you should be able to come out. Let's see. Should be able to come out, shoot, and then dive straight in. Because if you put him in, by the time you put him in and then you dive, you should be in already. You should always check that guy off. And it looks like you don't really have to worry about this other guy. He has to really thread the needle through there, and that's going to be a really tough shot. Let's see, as you come up, yeah, you're still protected. Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about that other brick. He can't see you on that move, but this guy is still going to be able to be an issue. And this other tower. So those are two guys that you want to make sure that you check off before you move up. And here, yeah, because you can still see down the tape this way and even come out, shoot, wrap on that guy, because there's I bet you 80% of the games there's probably going to be someone there. It's going to be a bloodbath in that center, I think. Yeah, so shooting down this tape is if you have someone in front of you, and then wrapping on that guy. And if for some reason they did get over here, I think you might be able to dive across. So again, that brick, and if the can is looking this way, but I highly doubt that they would stay posted this way, and you would probably know that they're there because they'd probably be shooting a lot. But coming across, at least this way, you might be able to catch that guy off guard, because they're going to be playing the wrap. Playing the inside of this is probably not going to be as effective as playing the wrap, because they don't have to worry as much about a tape. So if you can get here, if you know that someone is at that wing, dive low across here, come out, and then just boop, and you'll shoot him. I think that'll work pretty well. But be mindful of that. If you get to one of these wings and you're wrapping, just know that that guy is blocked out. Like, it's going to be hard to see him dive across there. So just know that you probably need someone shooting down this tape to make sure that if that guy dives across, your back guy tells you, and then you can just pull in, and that way you're protected. Okay. Let's see, coming up to this Dorito 3. And yeah, that snake is going to be able to shoot you, but if you tuck in, you're good. And if you're playing this tape, honestly, I think what you're going to be needing to do, this is going to be one of those like wrap, shoot, go. And what's good about this, I didn't realize that this shot was here. You can wrap and shoot that god. So if they're hanging out a little bit, you can wrap out and shoot that guy, especially, I mean, you have to be careful of that brick as always, but you could definitely shoot that guy. And then they have to worry about you, which would open up your snake side, because then there wouldn't be someone shooting that way. So as we run across here, I mean, that cake can shoot you, but I don't think anyone's going to be there. I just don't think it's that great of a bunker. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe we play it this weekend and see that it's great, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be all that effective. Okay, come around. So again, like I said, like you can't see anything this way, so you want to be careful of that guy diving across. So if there is someone in the Dorito, it might actually be better to just bypass this first wing and go straight to the second. But let's check out the shots from this second, or this first one. So the home can kind of thread the needle a little bit. The corner can shoot this way, and so can the god. And I think you might be able to skip it off here into this guy. That might be a possibility. But yeah, like coming to this side isn't going to be as effective. Just because you have the pin in the way, and there's a lot of just, yeah, you're exposing yourself a lot more than if you wrap this wing. Then you're going to be able to protect yourself more, and you can see a little bit more. But honestly, the move is going to be dive across into here. So of course you have to worry about that can. So probably diving across here, across this gap here, you probably want to just go gun up and throw paint this way as you're diving in. Or if you crawl across or something like that. And then at least this way, if you know that there's a Dorito, you're going to see him move. And if he does dive across, it's an easy run to go stab him. So that'd be the move there. And then yeah, once you get here, the can should be pretty easy to shoot, and then you can also use this Dorito to shoot the god. And then it's just a matter of just running down to their side of the field, because even if you're here, usually if I have to play it this way, it's super difficult because it's so thin. But then when you have a Dorito in front of you as well, you just have more stuff that you can use to your advantage. Okay, so I'm already sweating a lot, and that doesn't take much. So I'm going to go ahead and gear up. I want to throw some paint downfield, just see what it is that I, might want to try this weekend. Try to figure out some routes to get into bunkers. At least what I'm seeing, I don't think it's going to be super difficult to break out to this Dorito side, just because of the fact. I just want to look again. Yeah, I mean, let me see if I can do it backwards. Can I? Good, that way? Whatever. You know what I mean. Like shooting over the top of that brick is going to be super difficult. So if I'm running out, I'm just checking again and diving in, the only guy that's going to be able to stop me is this first tower. So this first tower, if they came out and just immediately shot that way, but they're going to have to be pretty quick to do that. So that might be a shot that I try out just in case I play the 2 spot. Because this weekend I'm going to be trying a whole bunch of random stuff, so we'll see. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys haven't done the entered the drawing yet, it's still going to be going on. You can buy tickets until Monday at 11 p.m. That's Eastern time. So the benefit is that you're helping out a fantastic organization. Tickets are only $20 each. You can buy as many or as little as you want. And you have a chance of winning a New York Extreme CS2 and a MacDev Clone 5 Infinity. So thank you to MacDev and New York Extreme for being so nice and helping out with this. We've already raised a good amount of money, but I know that we can do more, and there's only a couple days left, so I'll be reminding you guys also in my playing critique video probably. But yeah, thank you to those that have already bought tickets, and remember, you can buy more. So the more you buy, the better chance you have of winning. Just saying. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. But as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.